Hello everybody, I'm that British Korean dude, and two thoughts occurred to me when I was in Burger King the other day. The first being, this server was not practiced in the art of chip maximization. Chip maximization is a fundamental necessity that all chip servers should know and abide by, whereby you take the chip scooper and the chip bag, you go into scooping the chips and they go straight into the bag. But this server, they take the chip scooper, chip holder, scoops, and lets an avalanche of chips just fall back into their warm beds before putting the chip holder into my bag with just a measly amount of chips. And I just think it's basic etiquette that all servers know the rules of chip maximization. The second thought that came to me was that actually we're all a lot like chips. I mean, like, call me crazy, but here are my reasons. First reason I say this is that there are loads of different types of chips, whether you're the McDonald's kind, you know, the somewhat soggy, thin ones, or you're the chunky ones from Burger King, or you're just full out potato wedges. There are loads of different types of chips, and I've got to say, I'm not a fan of the potato wedge, but there is going to be someone out there who loves you for who you are, because they love the fact that you have a thick skin and that you have a chunky piece of potato inside of you. And even if you're a potato wedge or a McDonald's chip, there's no way of changing who you are, because that's the way you're made. I mean, there are loads of ways that you probably could try, but that doesn't change from the fact that you are made in McDonald's and you are a McDonald's chip. There is no other way you could be anywhere else. So the second reason I say this is that there are loads of different concepts of one idea. Take for example McDonald's chip. First of all, linguistically in America they would call it French fry. I mean, like, I'm not saying that they're wrong, but they have a completely different word for it. And that's one thing we've got to understand. And the second understanding is that what they consider a McDonald's chip might be slightly different to our concept of a McDonald's chip. So it might be slightly more salty, slightly more potatoey, slightly more crispier. I don't know. There's this one whole idea and so many different understandings of this one concept that we've got to understand that all these people have different concepts. And I guess that's where a lot of misunderstandings come out, because we don't try and see things from the other person's perspective. My third and final point, particularly in the case of McCann chips or other chips, or the ones that you don't get at fast food chains, is that there will be some malformities in production, such as the super chip or the twin chip or like the crummy chips. But that doesn't mean that you're different from anyone else. In the end, we're all just fried potatoey goodness. So it doesn't matter where you're from or what you look like, someone out there will love you for who you are. And initially there might be some misunderstandings between people, but as long as we understand that we have different understandings of certain concepts, then we can get through those struggles and misunderstandings. And sure, you might be slightly strange or different from everyone else, but the thing is, in the end, we're all exactly the same. We're all chips. We're all chips. We're all potatoes. We're all yellow. Oh no.